Welcome to Notebook 1669 Outlook on the advanced micro devices AMD Q1 earnings that is actually happening on the 5th of May, Tuesday, after the market close. So, advanced macro devices AMD is scheduled to report its physical Q1 2026 result on Tuesday, 5th of May 2026 after the market close. So the stock has experienced the significant momentum leading into this report, surging over the 50% a year to date, and recently crossing the $350 mark. So this pre earnings run up, right, actually create a high bar for the company to clear, as much of the optimism regarding its AI roadmap may already be priced in. So basically, in this video, I will be sharing okay, I'm actually holding AMD for long term, and in this video, I'm actually exploring how I may want to play the bull put spread option, right, to capture any opportunity that might be presented by the AMD earnings. So coming to the Q1 2026 AMD analyst consensus estimate, right? So for revenue, we're looking at 9.84 billion to 9.96 billion, representing a approximately 32% year-over-year growth. And on the earnings per share EPS, right? Based on the chipranks.com, right, the consensus EPS forecast is estimated to be 1.28 as shown in the image there. So for the consensus why earnings per share EPS is looking at 1.3 $1.30, representing a approximately 35% year-on-year growth. So on the gross margin, expected to hover around 53% to 55% as higher margin AI accelerators begin to scale. Appreciate a like and share for this video if you find the video useful. So now coming to the key metrics to watch for this AMD Q1 2026 earnings that happening on the 5th of May 2026 after the market close. So for to justify its current valuation, the PE ratio exceeding 120 times, investors will be laser focused on the following. So first we'll go into the data center revenue and the AI guidance. So last quarter, right, this segment actually hit a record of 5.4 billion. So investors want to see if AMD raises its full year 2026 AI revenue target, previously estimated by analysts to be around 13 billion. So any mention of accelerated timelines for the MI450 GPU and the Helios rack scale platform slanted actually for second half of 2026 will be a major catalyst. So the next title, the Meta Open AI progress. So do watch for updates on the multi-year partnership with Meta and OpenAI. These deals effectively will convert AMD from a AI challenger to a contracted provider with defined delivery windows. So on the next title, we will be looking at client and gaming seasonality. So Q1 is typically a seasonally a weak quarter for PCs and console. However, the ramp up of the Ryzen AI 400 series processor for the AI PCs could help to offset the standard decline. On the last title, watch out for the Q2 2026 guidance. Historically, AMD stock price right after earnings is more sensitive to the upcoming quarter's guidance than the reported quarter's result. So a Q2 revenue forecast significantly above $10 billion, right, would signal continued explosive demand. So now coming to the short-term trading opportunity for AMD post earning. So trading AMD post earning, right, carries a very high uncertainty, but the current options market actually provides some clues. So on the potential strategy, right, the IV crush play, which represent neutral to bullish, because the IV is historically high, the premium on options will likely drop sharply immediately after the news. So for those already holding the stock, a cover call strategy could capture this high premium. But like I said, I am actually holding the stock, but I'm actually looking at a bull put spread. So now looking at the bull put spread. So if you believe AMD will maintain its support level, recently established around the 320 to $330 level, but are wary of a sell the news event. So a credit spread may allow us, right, to profit if the stock stay above a certain price, even if it doesn't rally further. So this is what I'm actually looking at. Later we'll share more. So the last one will be the gap field watch. So technically AMD has support at $186 and $267 on a long-term chart. But in the short term, right, it has been establishing a base around the $350. So a failure to raise the AI guidance, right, to actually lead to a rapid retracement, right, to the $320 level. Note that AMD actually fell 7 to 8% after its last earnings report because guidance was strong, did not meet the whisper numbers of the most optimistic bulls. So given the recent 50% rally, a beat and rise is likely required just to maintain the current price level. So now coming to the bull put strategy, which is a credit spread that I mentioned much earlier in this video. So trading AMD around a high volatility event like the Q1 earnings call, right, require a balancing the potential for a rally against the high implied move currently priced by the market. So since AMD is coming off a massive year-to-date run, right, so the risk of a sell the news event is elevated even if the company beats estimates. So for the bull put spread strategy, credit spread, right, a bull put spread is actually designed to profit from a high implied volatility IV and a IV crush that occurs actually immediately after the earnings. So our goal is for the stock to stay above a specific support level through aspiration. So for us, I'm actually looking at a target aspiration date of May the 8th, 2026 on the weekly one, and then the current price approximately around $335 to $350. So the implied move is actually plus minus approximately plus minus $33, which represent a 9.16%. So later I will share the two strategies, the conservative approach and the aggressive approach. Now coming, like I mentioned, this is the aggressive approach. So for the aggressive approach, right, we'll be looking at the following strategy component. So for the first leg, I'm actually looking at the sell put at $315 for the strike price, and the second leg, we're actually looking at a buy put at a $310 strike price. So we believe that the maximum profit will be higher, though lower probability, and then the break even would be at around 313 dollars and 20 cents. So now coming for the conservative approach, which is more for the conservative investor. So we'll be looking at the following strategy component. For the first leg, we'll be looking at sell put at a strike price of $300, and then for the second leg, right, we're looking at a strike price of $295 for a buy put. So we believe that the maximum profit will be lower, but on a higher probability, and then the break even will be around the $298.50. So this will depends very much on your risk appetite and time horizon, as we are looking at a pretty much short expiration date 8th of May 2026. But you may share, what you think, and then maybe we can discuss, and then I may be looking at a longer expiration date post earning. Okay, now let's look at why the two approach works and then the goal. So why this works? So selling the 300 put, right, places our risk, right, below the psychological $300 support level and outside the current expected move of 335 minus 33, which is around $302. So by buying the 295 put, right, we are actually capping our maximum loss to 500 per contract minus the credit received. So the goal, so we want AMD to actually close above $300 by Friday. But if it doesn't, right, so both options expire worthless, and we keep the full credit, which is the premium that we are paid upfront. Okay, so now coming down to the technical breakdown, this is more for the technical trader. So support and resistance. So AMD has actually recently established a new trading range following its surge, right, to a all-time high. So use this level to gauge, right, the strength of the move during the after hours session. So I will be basically using this lah. So resistance levels, the ceiling. So $355, which is the immediate level. The recent all-time high, yeah, this is the level. A sustained break above this during the call, right, would suggest the market is actually pricing in a massive AI revenue guidance raise. So if let's say we look at the psychological level, which is a $380 to $400 level, most high-end analysts, right, will price target. This is their price target for 2026 cluster around the $401 level. So this is the next major target if the earnings report is perfect. So as for the support level, which is the floor, I'm actually looking at the primary support at $320 to $330. So this is the must hold zone. So it aligns with the recent consolidation and the 20 days moving average. So $302 to $305, right, which is the expected move floor, right? The options market is actually suggesting that this is the lower bound of a standard post earning swing. So if AMD were to drop below $300, it signal a deeper trend reversal. So on the major structural support, which is at $267, a heavy fallback level that was the previously resistant from early 2026. So now coming to the last slide, which is the post-earnings watch list. So during the call, right, do keep an eye on the Lisa Su's tone, right, regarding the MI 450 ramp up. If the stock dips and hold the $320 level, it may be a buy, the deep opportunity for a swing trade. However, if the stock, right, actually breaches the 300, right, then the bull put spread described above, right, should be managed carefully, as it indicate the market is actually repricing the entire AI growth story. So wish you all the best for this AMD Q1 earning on the 5th of May 2026 after the market close. Well, coming to the risk management framework. So do remember trade levels, not opinion. Define the invalidation before entry. Reduce the size during the consolidation. So now coming to the discipline and patient win. So do remember that this is only educational content only, not financial advice. This disclaimer that the analysis and the result presented does not recommend or suggest any investing, right, in the same stock. So this is purely for analysis purpose.